Okay, good day all. My name is Mukhtar Aliyu. So today we are going to look at the human digestive system. So before we start with the human digestive system, ladies and gentlemen, there is a need to understand what system is. When we say a system, it means it's a collection of organs that perform a specific task. So in a system, a different set of organs that come up together to perform a particular task. Like for example, here we are trying to look at the digestive system. So in a digestive system, it means that there are a set of different organs that come off together in order to make sure that the food that we are taking is properly digested. And the next thing now we are going to look is the digestion itself. So in this digestion, we are going to look at different phases, which include ingestion, movement, mechanical and chemical digestion, then absorption, elimination. So digestion is a process of breaking down of foods into a form your body can use. So generally, when we take a food, it's normally in a large form. So the food are normally break down into smaller pieces in a form where our body can absorb and make use of. So we have types of digestion, which include mechanical, and mechanical digestion is always physical, and this mechanical digestion includes chewing, tearing, grinding, mash, mixed. So all, if you are chewing, tearing, grinding, mashing or mixing food, so you are doing mechanical digestion, and these mechanical digestions are normally done by some set of organs. Like for example, if you are using your teeth to chew, tear, grind, mash or mix the food, so you are actually doing mechanical digestion. Then for the chemical digestion, we have enzymatic reactions who normally improve the digestion. So normally if we are taking food, first we mechanically digest the food. So after we digest the food, we need a chemical digestion which actually facilitates or improve or increase the speed of the digestion. Because generally there are foods that if you take them without the actions of the enzymes, they may take years in the body without being utilized. So that is why we need enzymes. So when you are using enzymes to improve, facilitate or speed the digestion of the food particles, so you are actually doing chemical digestion. So the chemical digestion is usually improve the digestion of carbohydrate, proteins, and lipids. Then digestive system organization. So whenever we talk about digestion, gastrointestinal tract must come into play. This gastrointestinal tract is a tube within a tube, direct linked or path between organs. So normally this gastrointestinal tract is normally linked different organs, and whenever we say gastrointestinal tract, it means like it's a tube which normally start from the mouth and end from the anus. Like for example, look at it, this is the mouth, and the tail here, that is the anus. So it means that these two that start from here to here is what you call gastrointestinal tract. So it links, or is a direct link between organs. So the structures of the gastrointestinal tract include mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and rectum. Then we are now starting from the mouth. So in the mouth we have a teeth, and these teeth mechanically break down food into smaller pieces. Tongue. So generally we need to understand in the mouth we have some organs that help in the digestion. Number one is the teeth, which normally mechanically break down the food into smaller pieces. Then we use the tongue, which helps to mix the food with the saliva, and this saliva contains an enzymes which normally act at acidic pH, and the amylase in some other in the old textbooks, this amylase is normally called tyline, but it is now modified as salivary alpha amylase. So this salivary alpha amylase helps to break down the starch. So whenever we are taking a starch, when the first thing in the mouth we mechanically digest the food, then we use the tongue to mix the food with the saliva, and in the saliva we have the enzymes which is amylase, which help in the breaking down of starch. Then we also have epiglottis. Epiglottis is a plate-like structure at the back of the throat that closes over the trachea, preventing food from entering it. And the next thing that we are going to look, okay, this is the structure of the mouth, and you can see then esophagus. In the esophagus, approximately 10 long, that is 10 centimeter long. The functions is to help to secrete mucus, which have to soft the food. Then the food moves from the throat to the stomach using a modest movement called peristalsis movement. So when food is moving from the throat to the mouth, is normally move through a specific types of movement, and the movement we call it peristalsis movement. So when food is moving from the throat to the small intestine, the types of the movement that the food is doing is what we call peristalsis movement. Then if acid from the stomach gets here, that is heartburn. Then in the stomach is a J-shaped muscular bag that store the food you eat, break it down into tiny pieces. Then the food is mixed with the digestive juices, which contain enzymes to break down the proteins and lipids. So normally in the stomach we have a digestive juices, and these digestive juices, it contain an enzymes which help in the breaking down of proteins and lipids. And these enzymes, we have trypsin, which is normally activated by the acid in the stomach. So the acid, which is HCl, which is highly acidic, is normally help in the breaking down of the acid, which is HCl, is help normally in combating the active form of the enzymes, which is pepsinogen to pepsin, which help to break down the proteins in the stomachs. So also at the same time, this acid, which is HCl, it helps in killing the bacteria. Then food found in the stomach is called chyme. So whenever any types of food that we take and it reach into the stomach, so we call it chyme. Then in the small intestine, which is roughly 7 meters long, lining of intestine walls has a finger-like projection called villi to increase, which normally helps to increase the surface area of the food. The villi are covered in microvilli, which further increases surface area for absorption. Okay, I think